want to do is figure out where that sweet spot is in the overlap and figure out what types of things we can do together as not two independent companies anymore, but instead two companies that come together with deep, tight integrations. And we've been able to do tons of stuff with Open Graph because of this. We've been able to send likes over, so now you can see when your friends like photos.
Right.
We optimize the experience for mobile so that we get a lot of traffic, right? I think all of these things together show a independent path for the Instagram brand and product, much in the way I think people think of YouTube. YouTube continued to be an independent product and brand. At the same time, they were able to leverage the resources of Google by hiring people inside of Google and outside of Google, and leveraging the infrastructure that Google had already put in place.
Do you view it then as Instagram, will it be able to exist, let's say, I know it's very early on and you've got plenty of earn-out, I'm sure, left to earn, and you're not going to leave Facebook anytime soon, correct me if I'm wrong, but will Instagram be able to live on without you and Mike around?
I think the best piece of advice I ever got from an entrepreneur was, it actually wasn't from an entrepreneur, it was from a book. It talks about building organizations in trying to build them up so that they can exist without you. And that's not necessarily the end goal in mind. It's not like, oh, I don't want to be here. It's more that, you know, Steve Jobs passed away, but his legacy lives on through Apple, through its values, through its design, through its manufacturing process, through its style. And I think what you want to do as a leader, whether you're planning on being there for many years like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, or you're planning on being there a couple of years because of an earnout or something, you want to make sure that you build a company up, an organization up, to outlive whatever small bumps in the road it may see in the future. But for me, I actually love that I'm working on the product that touches so many people, and I want to be able to, when I'm 60, look back and say we worked on that, and we made that as big as it could possibly be. And it is by far the biggest opportunity for me right now as an individual, and that's why I work at Instagram, because I actually feel like we're changing the world.
And that leads to something that I've been thinking about quite a bit recently. So I talked to a not insignificant number of entrepreneurs recently who now look at the deal that you guys did as almost like a question of did they sell too early, which is odd because at the time of the deal, right, everyone's like, oh my God, $1 billion? Like, that's unfathomable. But now, you guys, like you said, you went from 25 million users to over 100 million users, and who knows how much that accelerates further and where you can go if you get to 1 billion users. Do you think you sold too early?
I don't think so. I don't think that actually there's an answer of when the right time to sell is. I think that every company can either get sold or not sold at any given moment, depending on the market price. And for us, we weren't necessarily going out of our way to optimize for any one given variable, but I think instead trying to figure out a way that we could get to the vision of being the Instagram we wanted to be, the Instagram that captures Hurricane Sandy happening on the East Coast, the fact that everyone shares their Thanksgiving through it. We wanted to be that Instagram more quickly. And I think that at the time, Mark's vision and my vision, which is still the case, aligned. And it was
on that one romantic weekend, it sounded like. At least that's the way it was reported. That it was a quick discussion, relatively quick.
I think when you're friends with people